Here again with another video, but this one is much different than some of the other videos that I have posted on my channel. This one is all about one of my piercings that I got. I won't say recently got, but kind of recently got. They're my last two piercings that I got, and they probably are two of my favorite piercings, to be honest. I have a total of 11 piercings, and this is 2 of the 11, so yeah, I'm kind of used to it, but
I'm done, so don't be like, oh, she going crazy.
I'm done. But anyways, this is just going to be an informative video on my double tragus piercing. Don't quote me on the name, that's what I'm calling it, because I don't know the actual name. So if you do know the actual names of this piercing, you can comment it down below and help your sister out, because that's why I'm gonna keep calling it double tragus until someone tells me wrong. No one's told me different, so I'm gonna say it. But anyways, this is just going to be on basically my experience and a little bit on the aftercare and stuff like that. So basically, to start this off, I'm going to try and go in a little sequence to keep everything in line. But we're going to see how this goes, because I can venture off in different places. And yeah, I ain't even about to do that right now. But anyways, the piercing that I have is a double tragus piercing, and this is it. It's literally a tragus piercing 2 times. Double tragus. Yeah. So basically, when I started off wanting this piercing, I was on Google and I was searching for piercings on the ear, and I saw that and I fell in love with it. I saw that, and I also saw another piercing, which was the one, I'm not sure what it's called, but I will try and research it and post it in this video. If not, I'm sorry, but it's the piercing that's kind of similar to this, but it's only one piercing, and it goes up a little off of the ear and in front, and it goes up through the skin, and it looks like 2 piercings, but it's really only one. So yeah, I saw that one and I thought about getting that one at first because I did not find any type of information on YouTube or anything like that with anyone's experience with a double tragus. So I said I was just going to get the other one, and I actually went to the tattoo and piercing place, and I eventually just chickened out. That's why I'm gonna call it chicken out, but I didn't really chicken out because I was scared or anything. It was because the more I looked at different people's pictures, the more I did not like it. Basically, I have really tiny ears, if you guys don't know. My ears are literally this big. That's super tiny, so when they do the piercing, it's going to be with the same type of bar, I guess you would call it, or piercing, and so it's going to be the same size on everyone, but my ears are abnormally small, so it was just going to look extremely weird, and I didn't want to pay for something that was going to be extremely weird. And then also, when I researched that piercing, I also found out that they said that sometimes they eventually fall out because the skin just gets way too thin and it just kind of falls out. That's something I did not want as well. So eventually I just talked myself out of getting it, and decided I was going to do a little bit more research on the double tragus piercing. So I went back to YouTube looking for double tragus piercings, and every time I typed in double tragus piercing, it was always someone getting this tragus pierce and this tragus pierce, and they said double tragus piercing. That didn't help me because that's not what I wanted. I only wanted my tragus pierced on one side, and I wanted it pierced 2 times. Simple as that. So I didn't get any research done on it, to be honest, so I went out and I experimented myself. By that, I do not mean that I went and did it myself, because I would never do a piercing to anyone or myself by myself. No. But anyways, so I went to this place called Naughty Heads. It is located in Columbia, South Carolina, and they're really good. I've gotten a lot of my other piercings done there, not all of them, but a lot of them, so I'm very familiar with the place. Their prices are not high at all, but they are really good quality. So don't go in the comments talking about, oh, don't want to hear it, because they are really good. And this piercing only costs $20 there, and that's extremely cheap. And I went and got my first one pierced, and it was back in February, and I went in there. It was a guy gonna pierce it, and I went in, I was like, I want my tragus double pierced, and he was like,
you mean 2 holes in 1 tragus?
and I was like, yes. And he was like,
I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, I was like, what you mean?
so he was like, you can't get the same tragus pierced twice in one day, just because of inflammation, swelling, all that in the ear. And with those 2 piercings in such a small area, it's just going to cause too much problems, friction, and possibly infection. So I was like, okay, cool. Well, can you just do one and put it down far enough so when I come back later, I can get it done? He was like, yes, I can do that. You can come back in about 3 to 4 months once everything's all healed up, and I can do the next one for you. And I was like, okay, cool. Let y'all know I did not wait that long because I wanted them, as y'all can see, I really wanted them both in the same day, but I couldn't get them both in the same day. So I was like, whatever. So he went in, he cleaned it up, he made sure he had on gloves, everything was sanitized, and basically he just put the dot there and had me lay on my back and basically tilt my head this way. So he was standing here and my head was tilted like that, and then he just stuck it through. Simple as that. The pain, I would basically say it wasn't painful at all. I'll say maybe it was like a 2. In theory says that when you get your tragus pierced, you hear a pop. I didn't hear anything, so I don't know what y'all talking about. Y'all heard a pop? Ain't no pop. Whatever. So yeah, I already knew how to clean it and stuff. So basically I cleaned it like I cleaned any other piercing that I have, and I just use antibacterial soap, and I use sea salt water, and then I use some Bactine just to make sure it didn't get infected. Simple. So then about a month later, so in March, I went to get my second piercing in my tragus, and I went to the same place Naughty has, and it was in a different guy there, and I believe this was the guy that owned the piercing parlor. And so he looked at it and he was like, yeah, no, I'm not going to do it.
What you mean you not gonna do it?
That's how I looked at him, like, what? He was like, yeah, the first one is kind of right in the middle, so I feel like if you get the one on top of it or below it, it's gonna look stupid, and I'm not gonna do it. So at this point, I'm thinking, well, this guy, the first guy, actually did this piercing to where he said it was gonna be far enough down for me to come get it done again. So I'm like, okay, whatever, bye. And I went to this other place that I have gotten some of my other piercings from as well, and this place is called Ouch. It is also in Columbia, South Carolina, but a different part of Columbia. And yeah, so I went there and I talked to one of the girls that usually does my piercings there, and she was like, yeah, I'll be glad to do it. So she went in, she dotted it, and she did it, and it was exactly like I liked it. Their piercings are a little bit higher, but they also give discounts. So this piercing there just for one was $30, but I had my student discount on my college ID, and I got it for $25. I took care of this one the same way I took care of the other ones, but this one had a little complication in the end. It wasn't nothing big, nothing I hadn't seen before. I had the same thing happen with my nose piercing, and basically I just got like a little bump, or like a keloid, I guess you would say, and no biggie. I dealt with it like I dealt with my nose piercing one. I made this little concoction of aspirin, sea salt, and water, put it on there, boom, gone. So yeah, if y'all have those problems, hit me up in the comments and I can make a video for y'all, because it's no biggie. It could be gone just like that. And yeah, well, at least that's what works for me. I'm gonna let y'all, that's what worked for me, and hopefully it'll work for y'all too. But anyways, it was over and done. It was a done deal after that. And yes, basically, to sum this up, I only paid $45 for both of my piercings. Absolutely love this. Oh yeah, second piercing, it did hurt. I wouldn't say it hurt really bad. It hurt worse than the first one though. It definitely did. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to say that one was at least a 5. And I want to say that hurt. The second one hurt because I only went a month later. When he told me 3 to 4 months, I went a month later, and it was still swollen. So I'm pretty sure that's why, because like swelling basically is blood stuck in one area. So when it got pierced, it was going through that one area that was full of blood, and when it pierced, the blood came out, but it came out of it came out the first piercing. Even though I was getting it pierced the second time, it came out the first piercing. So yeah, that was the only complication that I had with the actual piercing that day I got it. It only bled for like 10 minutes. It was no biggie. And yeah, so basically I wanted to share this experience with you guys because I knew on YouTube there aren't a lot of people that have double tragus piercings, and they don't, or either the ones that do have them, they don't post about it. I wanted to be the one to help you guys out if you were ever looking for a new piercing or just looking for more information on a double tragus piercing. Yeah, your girl got one, and I absolutely love everything about it. Best piercing ever. And I'm gonna say this is my number one / number two, I guess, piercing, top 2 piercings that I got, and I'm loving it, loving it, loving it, loving it, loving it. Anyways, I'm not gonna make this video any longer. If you guys have any questions, concerns, comments, anything like that, drop them down in the comment box. I'll get back to you with them. If you like this video, thumb me up. Hey, thumb me up. Anyways, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.
Work, 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 work.